Hey guys, hi and welcome to Food Allergy Canada's Allergy Pals Monthly. My name's Julia and I'm so excited to welcome you guys to this month's session. If you weren't here last time, here's how it works. So we're going to talk about a certain topic and have some fun polls, interactive activities, and a question and answer time at the end. So this month's theme is, I think, one of my favorites and one so important. It's extra spooky. Yep, it's time to talk about food allergies and Halloween. All right, so just gonna introduce myself really quickly. So I'm Julia. I'm allergic to peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish. My hobbies are swimming, reading, and watching sports. My favorite Halloween candy, it's gonna have to be a toss-up between, like, my favorite Halloween chocolate is gonna be Aero. I love Aero bars. And then my favorite, like, candy is gonna have to be, like, Twizzlers. I love Twizzlers. And my best Halloween costume ever. A few years ago, I was the Riddler from Batman, and I loved it. I made myself like a green suit, and I put question marks all over it, and I made a hat, and it was so well done. And I still want to find excuses to wear it now. All right, first poll question. So what are you dressing up as for Halloween? So select one of the following: something spooky, famous, funny, beautiful, or maybe something else entirely. All right, so a bunch of you guys are doing something funny, and then the rest of you guys are doing something else. Interesting. So yesterday I was actually, I don't know if you guys know what Popeye and Olive are, but that's what I did for Halloween, and it was really, I really liked the costume. I thought it was really cute. What are you guys being for Halloween? Put your answer in the question box below. I'd love to know. So, can you guys think of any reasons why we need to be careful with our allergies during Halloween? Raise your hand or write your answer in the question box below. So somebody said for Halloween they're going to be a blow-up dino. Very cool. Ooh, somebody said cheerleader. Love it. Brittany shared that candy can have nuts in it. It is very true. So a lot of the candy that we do see on Halloween is definitely at a risk for coming into contact with some of our allergens. And Sarah said something very similar as well. That's very true. And it's one of the main reasons that we have to be really careful on Halloween. On Halloween, when you guys go trick-or-treating, you're going door to door, and those people might have candy that is actually not safe for you. Okay, guys, Halloween, true or false? So I'm gonna give you a statement. You're gonna write into the true or false if you think it's true or false, and then at the end, we'll go over it. So statement number one, snack-sized candy bars can have different ingredients than regular-sized ones. This is a tricky one, so really think about it before you answer. So I'll give you guys a second to think. Okay, we got a bunch of trues. Let's see. Next statement. Teal lights and pumpkins can show that the house is allergy aware. True or false? We're getting lots of trues. All right, last one. If a treat was safe for you last year, it will definitely be fine again this year. True or false? Let's see how we did. So number one, snack-sized candy bars can have different ingredients than regular-sized ones. True. So yes, some are made in different facilities, so they can have different ingredients for sure. So it's really important to always be aware and to never assume that just because you can eat the regular-sized candy bar, that you can eat the small one. So number two, teal lights and pumpkins can show that a house is allergy aware. True. So great job, you guys. Also true. The color teal is recognized to support food allergy awareness. And number three, if a treat was safe for you last year, it will definitely be fine again this year. So that's false. So ingredients can change depending on products. So a lot can change in a year. They can change facilities, a place can introduce new products, which means that there could be a change of ingredients. So again, just like I said for the first one, it's super important to be aware and to never assume that you can just eat something because you've either eaten it before or something similar to it before. Great job, guys. All right, poll question. Have you ever been to a Halloween party before? Select one of the following: yes or no. All right, a bunch of you guys said yes, so 80%, and some of you guys said no, which is cool. I've only been to a few, so I haven't been to that. I've been to a couple, so I haven't been to that many. All right, so Halloween parties. So there are a couple different places where you can have a Halloween party. So one is school. So at school, what I would recommend is you bring your own snack. Okay, because you're not sure whether or not you're going to be able to eat the food at the served at the party. So, for example, I know somebody having a Halloween party on Wednesday, and everyone's going to be bringing in their own food, so that everybody can share, and it's kind of like a big potluck. Myself, because of my allergies, I'm not going to be participating in that. I'm just going to be bringing my own lunch that I would eat and just kind of be there. And talk and socialize with everybody without actually having to partake in eating the food. Next one is outside of school, where you can have a Halloween party. So outside of school, the number one most important thing is to let the host know about your allergies. And number two, be cautious with unfamiliar baked goods. So baked goods definitely do not, most of the time, do not have ingredients on them. And if they don't have ingredients on them, you're not aware of what's actually in them, what the ingredients are. So you don't know if it's come into contact with your allergen or not. It's best to not take the risk and just to not eat it. And it says on here, always have your epinephrine with you. Guys, I cannot stress enough, it's so important to carry your epinephrine on you all the time. Because no matter how many precautions you can take, no matter how many things you do right, sometimes accidents still do happen. And if an accident happens, you want to be prepared. And recommend non-food treats. So what are some examples of non-food treats that we can give away on Halloween, or even at any kind of party that you go to? Write your answers in the question box or put your hand up. So Jennifer said little toys. Something that my sister did last year, she did little pencils for her students at school, which would be nice. What else can we think of, guys? Sarah says spider rings, Play-Doh, very good. So it says slap bracelets or even bracelets in general, erasers, awesome ideas, guys. There's so many ideas that we can actually do that you guys can have fun with or use that isn't necessarily food. I always say you do not need food to have a good time. There's so many other ways. And aren't like slap bracelets so fun anyway? Or like erasers that you can use for school with like cool little Halloween designs on them. So many different ways. Good job, guys. Thanks. So I have some examples on here for you. So we have pencils, stickers. That's one we didn't say. That's a good one. Balls, like the super bouncy balls, spider rings, glow sticks, tattoos, temporary, and some craft supplies. All great ideas and all really designed to get you guys to have fun and to use again. Because once you eat a Halloween treat, like it's gone. You can't eat it anymore. You've already eaten it. At least with a pencil or stickers, you guys can have them for a little while and you can use them several times. All right, poll question. Did you carve a pumpkin this year? Select one of the following, yes or no. All right, some of you said yes and some of you said no. All good. I haven't yet started carve my pumpkin, but that will definitely happen in the next couple of days. All right, Shine a Teal Light. So I guys want to talk about this campaign. It's called Shine a Teal Light campaign. So it's a new campaign from Food Allergy Canada. So it means teal light bulbs on porch lights. It creates allergy awareness, and it shows that you have some allergy-friendly treats and toys. Or you can make your own teal lantern, which would be cool. So that way, if you have that out on your house or on your porch when people are trick-or-treating, people know that you are an allergy safe or allergy aware household. So when you guys are trick-or-treating this year, I'm going to challenge you to look for them. Look for those teal lights. So these are Shine a Teal Light across Canada. So these are teal monument lighting seen across the country. So in the photo, we can see lots of teal shining lights. So I see like Toronto, I see like the Ontario place over there, I see Niagara Falls, so many different places. And we have so many different locations that are also supporting it. Calgary, Toronto City Hall, Peacebridge, London City Hall, Mississauga Civic Center, Oakville, Vancouver Town Hall, so many different places. So raise your hand if you live in any of these cities. I live in Toronto, so I would raise my hand for Toronto. Well done, guys. Thanks. All right, so now it's time for Allergy Wheel of Fortune. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slowly reveal letters of a special phrase. I want you to type your guesses into the question box. The first one to guess the correct phrase wins. Ready? Okay, so it's Halloween themed. I'll give you guys a clue. And then that's what the phrase looks like. Okay, I'm gonna start slowly revealing the letters. Good luck. Getting close. Anybody there yet? Oh, we got a couple of winners. Good job, Sarah. Good job, Jennifer. I'm gonna keep going. What's your Halloween routine? So good job, Sarah, Jennifer, Carmen, Sarah, and Brittany. You guys were the first ones to get it. Good job. All right, poll question. Are you planning on going trick-or-treating this year? Select one of the following, yes or no. So the majority of you said yes, a couple of you said no. Very cool. What's your Halloween routine, guys? So what do you do with your allergies after you've gone trick-or-treating? And what do you do with your candy? So do you trade with siblings? Do you do the switch witch? Do you donate to others? Or do you have another routine? Raise your hand or write it in the question box below. So for me, what my sisters and I always did growing up was as soon as we got back from trick-or-treating, we would sit on the floor and literally empty our bags of candy. And then we would go through everything with our parents. So we would do like a candy pile, a chocolate pile, and then an unsafe pile. And that unsafe pile would have everything that I wouldn't be able to eat in it. And then after we were all done, we would keep the candy that I could eat, and the candy that I couldn't eat, we'd usually give to somebody else. So a friend or a neighbor, or we'd give it away, just not in my house. How about you? What do you guys do? So Sarah says trade with siblings. Brittany says hand out toys. Very nice. Anybody else? Someone says switch witch. Someone else used also my idea, so taking the Halloween candy out that they can't eat. Very good, guys. Awesome job. I'm loving all these ideas because all these ideas are really reinforcing the fact that we need to make sure that the Halloween candy that we're eating is safe. Good job. All right, getting ready for trick-or-treating. So how can we get ready to go trick-or-treating, guys? So there's a couple things that you guys can do. So number one, make sure you have a plan. So don't snack when you're trick-or-treating. Wait, because most likely if you're trick-or-treating, you're going to be trick-or-treating at night. And when it's nighttime, you probably won't have the light to read the ingredients of your candy. So best to just wait until you get home. Bring everything home to get checked out by your parents. Also, don't be shy in telling people about your allergies. If someone's about to drop something in your bag that you can't eat, maybe you want to speak up and say, hey, do you mind if I have the Twizzlers instead of the Mars bar? If you know that if you think that the Twizzlers are safe for you. And if you're going without your parents, set a time to come home. So if you're leaving the house at 8, say, Mom, Dad, I'll be back by 9. That way they know when to expect you. Also, make sure your costume has a place for epinephrine. I know that's not very hard in this country because in Canada, when you go trick-or-treating, you pretty much need to wear your snowsuit because it's pretty cold at night here. So very easy to just include your EpiPen with you, but always making sure that you're carrying your epinephrine with you all the time. Like I said before, no matter how many steps you take toward nothing happening, sometimes accidents still happen. And when an accident happens, you want to be prepared. And last but not least, have fun and be safe. All right, so let's practice the situation, guys. So what would you tell your friend in this situation? So after I say the situation, I want you to write your answer in either the question box below or raise your hand to speak. We're getting so much candy tonight. Let's start eating some so we can make room for more. How would you guys respond to that question, to that statement? Raise your hand or write your answer in the question box. Brittany says, let's wait. I love that. Just let's wait. How much candy can you possibly eat to make room for more? Better to just wait. That way, when you get home, you got all this candy to sort through. And Sarah says her response would be, no, I have allergies. Great response because you're being straightforward. And Joshua said, not now, it's dangerous, very true. Carmen says, no, because I have food allergies. So from what I'm getting from the most of you guys is that it's very important just to be straightforward and to tell people that why you can't do it now. Good job, guys. Thank you for sharing. All right, so it's question time. So there are a couple of guidelines. So no parent questions, just kids. So either type your question or raise your hand to be muted or over the phone. Keep it short and sweet. No medical advice. And one question each, 2 if there's time. So let's start. Who has a question? So I'll start with a question that I received before the session. So it says, how do you not feel sad about not being able to eat so much of your candy because it contains nuts or isn't labeled? So guys, like I know that can be frustrating, especially since sometimes like quite a bit of candy, it might not be safe for you. But number one, I want you guys to focus on positives. So Halloween just isn't about candy and the food that you eat. Remember how I said before, food isn't everything. It's about dressing up, using your imaginations, and having fun with friends. Hopefully your parents will also help you to make sure there are some safe treats you can eat at the end of the night. Okay, another question. So somebody asks, is it safe to eat candies that say may contain traces of? That is a really good question. So it's not worth the risk, I don't think. If you're ever unsure about a product, you can contact the manufacturer directly. And I've done it. And ask them about the risk for your allergies. So another question I got, how do I know if a candy is safe? Good question. So I would check with your parents. Sometimes candies that we've had before can change when they're in smaller packages. Like I said before, a great example of that is the Mars bar. Don't eat anything while you're trick-or-treating. So another question I just received is, what do you do when someone offers you candies containing your allergens? Is it okay to touch? So you can let your friend or whoever's with you, let them know about your allergies and ask if there might be another option. So also make a plan with your parents of what you should do. So one option is to take by putting your bag wide open for them to drop it in. Because if they drop it in, then it doesn't need to be in your direct contact. But make sure you don't eat anything until your parents have checked it at home. So Joshua asks, do we check ingredients? 100%. So no matter how small a candy is, and you guys know some candies can be really small, a lot of them still do have the ingredients on there. If there aren't any ingredients on there, with sometimes like with the little chocolate balls and stuff, there aren't, I would say it's not worth the risk and to just not eat it. But for a lot of the bigger like the more popular candies like Aero, Mars Bar, Kit Kat, Smarties, Skittles, what have you, a lot of them will still have the ingredients on them. So it's important to read them. Thank you for that question. All right. Thanks, guys, for all your questions. Really, really great. So for more Halloween resources, you guys can visit www.foodallergycanada.ca/Halloween. On the website, there's free posters, recipes, safety tips, and more. So next month's session, guys, is going to be November 25th, 2018. So it's going to be from 7 to 8, so same time. And the topic is going to be cross-contamination. You can register at foodallergycanada.ca/events. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today, and I really hope you can make it next time. I want to give a special thanks to the University of Alberta for the original online mentorship program and TD Securities for their financial support. Lastly, please take a second to fill out our survey afterwards. We appreciate your feedback. Until next time, thank you and have a happy and safe Halloween.